this pretty quickly. Vi going to be banned out against Scary, and it will be a first pick AShe here for Seo. So a little bit more of that go button needed here for Leviatan, and they are going to grab it from the AD carry.
And I think the Hawk Shot is a really, really useful tool here for this team. FlyQuest were dictating a lot of this game. Most of the lane assignments and rotations were FlyQuest first. So maybe with the extra information here off of Hawk Shots and that utility you're talking about with the engage, it'll be a big difference maker.
Yeah, definitely could be. You know, Leviatan, we heard from ProDelta before that first game that he was really confident about their team fighting. You know, regardless of gold leads, he didn't really care about those. He was saying, you know, felt that they could make it happen in those 5v5s. But FlyQuest is no slouch in the 5v5 department as well. That really is one of their big strengths. You know, they're such a controlled team. They're very hard to beat individually. They're very hard to beat in the team fights. So I think I want to see Leviatan going a little bit more aggressive this time around. Don't allow FlyQuest to dictate the pace as much if possible. It is going to be a Nidalee, so we are getting much more aggressive. AShe for the Hawk Shots to scout out where Inspired is going to be, and then Scary on the Nidalee to try to punish.
Oh, wow. All right, let's see if they get some more like point-and-click CC for solo laners in the last couple of picks.
Perhaps, but that's probably going to be banned.
Yeah, one of the classics there. See what they can actually do, because it does feel like you really got to get proactive. Like, you need to have early invades, Hawk Shots coming over. Nidalee plus AShe is actually one of my favorite pairings, even though you don't usually think about jungle plus AD carry. But I love it when you have the AShe on the team, because it really helps Nidalee play aggressively off of winning lanes, and with the extra vision from Hawk Shot, maybe they're thinking we can deny Inspired a bit. But denying Inspired farm is really, really hard, especially when he grabs Lillia.
Yeah, I mean, he is a really strong Nidalee player. Scary on the Nidalee does have 4 games all time, 1 and 3 on the pick, so not something that he brings out a lot. Hasn't played it yet this year. Did play 2 Nidalee games last year where he picked up his 1 win. We'll see if he's going to be able to make it happen, because I tend to agree. It's like you have to get such an advantage on this pick for it to really be worthwhile, and that puts a lot of pressure on you as a player to be able to put Inspired down, which is just such a hard thing to do.
All right, the Yone band, no Renekton band quite yet. I guess it's not, Bwipo not too worried about, you know, the matchup there, and is thinking maybe it's lane swap scenarios or something. We'll see it. We'll see as they come through. The Poppy is the next one that they follow it up with instead, thinking more about interrupting those dashes.
Yeah, and Poppy a good matchup into the Ksante, so, you know, can be a pretty strong answer. It's really just support bans here, though, from Leviatan, trying to target Busio, trying to mitigate, you know, those picks that he could be going towards. Of course, Rakan was picked last game. That's out. And we do have Alistar and Leona getting banned out here too, in addition to the Rakan that is gone. So we will see where they want to take us.
I don't know. All right, Nidalee, what are we pairing with the Nidalee to really bring this one together? Because FlyQuest, they get the Pyke, the roaming now, but they get to keep their 5th pick for the full reveal. Corki could go mid. I'm assuming is still going to be bottom. But definitely could go mid, and they're going to keep that question till 5th pick. But Massu Pyke picked up for Busio here. Busio does love this champ, loves roaming around. He jokes about playing it a lot. And definitely want to see some newly buffed Hail of Blades Pyke play, because they did juice up the Hail of Blades.
Did bring this out once last year. As you said, there have been a lot of talk about, oh yeah, you know, if I get this many likes, I'll bring it out.
He
if this
always
happens, I'll bring it out
on social media.
He did bring it out one time in the spring playoffs last year. I went and checked what game that was. It was in a loss to TL. And I mean, especially when you're playing into something like Braum, that is really difficult to kind of get past. It could be tricky. Azir and Gnar are going to be the additional picks. So really no easy setup for the Nidalee, which does surprise me somewhat. But a lot of solid, strong laners here. And we'll see where they want to take us as far as this final pick is concerned. This is going to be Corki mid and Jhin for Massu. So we saw Corki mid in that last game. Has been getting played kind of more, it feels like, in bot lane these days, but still a pretty popular mid lane pick. Can scale, can team fight. This is just a lot more of a difficult comp to execute, I think, here for FlyQuest, because you have not really the easiest ways to engage, right? You're like fishing for a hook from Busio, or you're trying to land a swirl seed into a sleep from Inspired, but there's not really that kind of point and click go button. The only one on the other side, really, to be fair, though, is pretty much the AShe ult, and then you can look for more conditional things like the Azir ult or or Mega Gnar to start something off.
The biggest thing, if they meet up 5-on-5, your Jhin and your Pyke don't provide nearly as much, 5-on-5
Braum puts up the wall.
Team fight power. Pyke is so much about playmaking. You really need to get a lot of value out of the playmaking here. So, yeah, because Braum, of course, in the 5-on-5, such a good defensive unit for them. So much CC will be applied. But we get to watch Busio work here, create some plays, some mid lane ganks, some top lane maybe moves for him as well. Definitely going to be a fun one here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it does turn out. I know when we interviewed Nuke Duck about the pick, when they picked it, they're like, so what are the strengths of Pyke? What would you? He's like, nothing. There's no reason to pick it. It's terrible. He was not feeling the Pyke whatsoever. He's like, they wanted to pick it.
It's fun.
I think it's bad, but we picked it. So we'll see if he's going to be able to pull off some stylish plays here and make something happen on that Pyke. High risk, high reward. We'll see if FlyQuest can make it a clean 2-0 or if LTA South can grab their first win of the event so far.
Yeah. A lot of my experiences are just with how useless Pyke is later in the game. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what he can get done. Early on in this one, a lot of big potential. I mean, Jhin plus Pyke, two champions, that can create a lot of plays. So we'll see how creative they get. Generally inspired on the Lillia is super duper farm focused, as are almost all Lillias always. So we'll see how it actually ends up this game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, obviously on the other side, we've been talking a lot about the Pyke, but there is that Nidalee without much setup, and who also traditionally does kind of struggle in those later game stages. So we'll see how scary is going to be able to perform on this Nidalee. And yeah, I mean, just Braum versus double AD carry just sounds tough, right? Like, that sounds really tough for FlyQuest. But last game, obviously, was not really about the team fights. It was about the individual advantages that they created. Still, though, they just don't really have that kind of dominant lane like they did last time with the Volibear to just, expect that big pressure.
Okay, lane swap wards are in place.
It's a pretty big difference, 7 versus 63. Leviatan just forming this roster, for the move into LTA South. Obviously, some big change-ups there, and FlyQuest maintaining the same roster from last year, keeping that stability. Really looked strong last year, and trying to continue to build on that.
Okay, lane swap. I want to see what they can do with Pyke in lane swaps here. Maybe there's some special magic there as well, because currently, everybody hovering back, not wanting to reveal here. Bwipo heading towards the bottom side, while Scary starts on their strong side quadrant here, where Leviatan do have Ashe Braum bottom. Should be able to push in no problem.
Yep, looking like that will be the case. Gnar up towards that top side, and Bwipo now does reveal that he's down on the bot side. And you can see Gnar is heading over towards mid, so will be that lane swap. I think FlyQuest is going to be feeling pretty happy about this. Ksante, so difficult to punish in these, and it looks like he's getting most of the melee experience. At least got one. I'm not sure if he did get that second. And Zothve going to be over towards mid to again soak up some of that mid lane experience, as they do really love to do here in the LTA South.
Okay, meanwhile, on the top side, after getting level 2 here, Busio goes for the reset, so Pyke gonna get down there in the lane swap.
They want to dive. They're looking for 4-man. We'll see if they can keep Bwipo from getting level 2. They've actually done a really good job zoning him off of the experience, so all he has is that E. He realizes he is cornered here and may try to get his way out, but it is just level 2s and Zothve's level 1. We'll see if Bwipo can do anything. Ignite comes in. ProDelta pulling that tower aggro. Bwipo tanky, but not tanky enough. It's Scary grabbing first blood.
That was nice there, getting that the Braum stun as well. They just instantly kill him before Busio can get here. Leviatan strike first in game 2.
Yeah, going to be able to grab that, but Bwipo teleports right back, and we'll be able to grab a lot of this experience. Busio, nice delay there on the recall from ProDelta. Bwipo still only level 1, though, so hard to really kind of commit to this chase. That being said, the advantage obviously is that no one was collecting the experience or the gold up on that top side. So Bwipo, does still have a nice little experience lead, though it is very slight, and Inspired will be able to take away a camp and try to individually outpace the Nidalee.
Yeah, let's see about Nidalee going right on back, grab that before the Scuttle Crab comes up, because now he's going to have to deal with Bwipo and Pyke roaming around. Wonder where Busio goes next here. This Pyke that has been drawing a lot of questions here. He's currently seen over the vision as he goes towards mid lane.
Yeah, he's going to look for Cody. We'll see if he can find the Bone Skewer. Waiting, does connect, and Cody taking a lot of damage there, forces a flash. Nicely done. Good sidestep on the spear as well from Scary. FlyQuest should just be able to walk this out. Scary goes back in, but Inspired is here. You can't commit to that fight. Cody low, another Bone Skewer does connect, and ProDelta getting very low there. Quite close to actually getting knocked down, but will be able to survive. Quad should be able to push this in. Seo fighting against Massu, but Massu has a 2-level lead. Seo very far down as far as the experience is concerned. And now FlyQuest starting to flex their muscles on the map here. Seo could be the next target.
Looks like he gets out of there just in time as Busio completes his roam all the way to the top side. So he was able to get that flash out of Cody, even though they don't take anyone down through the mid lane pass, keeping Seo out for a very short time. He could also interrupt this recall there with the ward. Now they know Busio delayed a little bit. It's like they get their finish off their reset here with ProDelta coming up to help push out. And again, Massu returns to that top side, back to the 2v2 here in the matchup.
And you can see Seo was doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the squad last time around on that Ezreal. 37.5% of the team's damage. He kind of was the hope for the team in this game. We'll see if he can get put into a better spot in this game too to really try to have an impact. You know, Seo and Cody, to me, they're the two stars of Leviatan. They're the players that a lot of people like to talk about that are very, very strong and mechanically talented. And Audie was talking a lot about them as well when we had him on the dive just recently.
Yeah, he was very complimentary of Seo. On the Ashe, a little bit less agency this time around. Gonna have to make a lot more plays for the rest of the team. And having to fight into the level lead that you're talking about is painful.
Yeah, it is, but Scary is here. They have the extra man. Can they actually chase down Massu? Busio out to safety. They're gonna try to at least force the cleanse, and they are gonna be able to get that. Cleanses both the Braum stun and the ignite. And now in comes the extra members here from FlyQuest. But it looks like Leviatan has created enough space to be able to get out of this. ProDelta does get hit by the Bone Skewer. Inspired and Quad kind of backed off though, so not too much happening. And meanwhile, Cody just farming up in mid lane. You know, I talked about him. He is a big star for this team. Statistically, he is dominant as far as you know, the LTA South is concerned. These are all of the stats he is first place in, not just, you know, doing well in. This guy really is a beast for Leviatan, and so much of their success comes down to him having good games.
Meanwhile, off that topside play, they do get one of the grubs before Inspired comes down to check them. And is going to be able to continue on his level lead, because these grubs give a lot of experience here. So Inspired already with the level lead over Scary, gets 2 of the grubs for himself and for FlyQuest. Yeah. And we'll see how well he can continue to snowball that.
I mean, he has a full level lead right now over the Nidalee. Nidalee down 4 full camps basically at this point. So is pretty tough. Zothve though in the 1v1 looking pretty good here against Bwipo. Bwipo obviously did get dove early on, and it has been helping Zothve to open up a pretty big CS advantage. Bwipo will be able to collect and equalize some of that, but still FlyQuest and Leviatan very, very even in this game number 2.
All right, another reset for the Pyke. Here comes Busio Azael back onto the map with Flash and Ignite ready. We will track. He did burn Cody's Flash previously, which is still on cooldown, not for a lot longer, but maybe they want to try and take advantage of that cooldown. Quad here kind of leading the way.
Inspired is 6 now, so this is scary. We'll see if the Nidalee can get out to safety here. Inspired looking to try to take this scuttle, but obviously neither jungler has smite. They don't know that the other one doesn't have smite either, though, so Inspired will just back it up and look to play for blue. Quad low on health, low on mana, not a position that FlyQuest really are looking to force in. But someone's got to answer Gnar on the top side. Zothve has actually teleported up there. Bwipo going to use his teleport to answer. And Cody just slowly kind of whittling away on Quad here. But of course, Quad has a tier, has a cull. He is chilling as long as he's getting farm.
He certainly is. Inspired is definitely chilling because he is definitely getting a lot of farm still too on the Lillia. Keeps up his power farm. Currently though, I'm wondering, the Pyke stocks are a very volatile stock. Are they currently going up or down for you since it was locked in?
As time is progressing, they just automatically go down.
Yeah, they automatically go down.
Yeah.
Is it even steeper than you were expecting?
As soon as you drive Pyke off the lot, you know, the value really starts to dip.
Yep, definitely. You get the big spike in dopamine when you lock them in Champ Select.
Forced a flash, you know, we saw a little increase there in the Pyke stocks, but since then it's been a tough time to be a Pyke holder. So we'll see if he can actually make something happen. You know, moving around, trying to threaten here or there, but there's always that opportunity of the big payoff at level 6. Massu has no cleanse. Remember, you saw top side, and he is in trouble. Ignited, has to flash out, has the force shot, but doesn't quite have the damage. Seo using the cleanse to try to follow. Busio trying to get it done. He doesn't have the damage just yet until he flashes forward with the Bjorn Skewer, takes down Seo. It's a 1-for-1 on the bot side, but it's Leviatan 1 kill away from the Feats of Warfare.
Oh, Busio now also going to push the wave in and get some CS here. After the extra kill that he got, you could tell Leviatan, they went straight onto Massu. They kind of ignore the Pyke, go for the kill on.
Bwipo in trouble, going to get Mega Gnar back, and there's the wall up. Scary in, trying to take him down. We'll see. Duffer on the W is going to be enough. The spear very close, doesn't quite connect. Scary though, could just go in for this. Another sidestep on the spear. He flashes forward, but he may have made a mistake. Bwipo going to go all out. Bwipo takes him down in the 1v2. They get the flash, but Bwipo makes the big outplay. Nice sidesteps on the spears made all the difference.
Inspired's also coming, so Gnar has to be very careful up there.
Oh yeah, Zothve very far forward. Jhin is going to open up. There's that first tag. He is slowed down, and he is going to be slept. I don't think there's much of a way out of this one. Zothve is just going to hold on to the summoners and accept his demise. FlyQuest take a kill.
So because of Bwipo's play, it isn't just a 1-for-1 for him, going and grabbing that extra kill, going back in, sets it up for the rest of the team, and they rotate quite nicely. Quad down to the bottom lane minion wave, and then rotate Massu over to the other one to pick it up so they don't lose any minions either. And there are all of the summoners blown to go for the kill onto Massu. And then, of course, the Pyke got some extra money here. So Boots of Swiftness, Pyke for Busio with the extra money, and now the critical level 6 for the executions. Here we go with the reset. This was Bwipo. It's critical that both those spears missed. The first spear just barely went a little bit wide, and then the second spear was a good dodge from Bwipo there. And he has the confidence to go back in, get that kill onto Nidalee, and then also, since Gnar did not leave, they get the extra one here. But back to live, we get a little bit of support fight.
Yeah, ProDelta is going to get pulled in, throws up the wall, though, and trying to land the stun. It's a swing and a miss on the ulti, though, and Busio should be able to walk this one out. Massu, though, getting chased down here by Zothve, and in comes the rest of Leviatan. Massu's going to be going down easily, but on the other side, it's maybe a kill onto ProDelta. He'll fall. It's now a 4v4, but Zothve still has his ultimate available, and he's looking in the Gnar form. He's going to flash forward. Quad flashes out very quickly, but he did catch Busio, and Busio is down already. There's a 3-man sweep, though, through from Inspired, and Scary's in trouble. Scary's going to likely fall here. Quad trying to run from Cody and Zothve, but it's Inspired in the backline, taking down another kill, and it's in goes Bwipo with the all-out. Zothve barely surviving. Quad fighting, Quad standing, Quad winning. It's FlyQuest getting the delayed ace there. ProDelta respawn, but we're still going to give it to him.
Oh, Inspired doing so much work on the Lillia. You can tell he's having a lot of fun prancing around here through the back line, ripping them apart. That turned out very close with the Gnar chasing and grabbing Gnar knock up into the wall, but still, this Lillia so problematic for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great flash from Quad, be able to recognize that Zothve would be looking for that, and just insta flashes to be able to respond to that. Busio did get caught. He got burst down, but that's okay. Quad was looking like he was going to be in trouble in that fight, though, still, even with that flash, was very low for quite a long time. Was surprised to see him win out in that 1v1 against Cody, and Leviatan have respawned, will be able to grab a couple grubs here, so they will at least get one of those mini grub spawns as they claim 4.
Quite a nice little break point now. Busio and Quad defending under their tower.
This is a 2v4 though. Quad potentially could be in some trouble. Doesn't have summoners. Busio has the ignite, but no flash. Hooks him in. They're just going to try to go aggressive with that. Cody just stands and fights and pushes Quad back. Busio lands the hook, but really gets nothing for it. You can see on the bot side, though, Bwipo working away on that tower, and meanwhile, Inspired farming, taking away all 3 of these bot side camps before I think Scary's going to have any chance to get back.
Yeah, plus the dragon is on the map here, the mountain dragon, so they can rotate on over to that one afterwards. They do have plenty of vision kind of straggling here behind, and is going to alert them to Nidalee's move back over to her side too. So Inspired, after he finishes up his Krugs, on over here to Bwipo, and they'll get the wraparound. Massu goes for his reset now, though. Let's see what he's got in base. Still going to be Inspired starting up this dragon, though, regardless, because they saw the Nidalee on those extra wards up by blue quadrant.
Yep. Inspired looking really strong. 3, 0, and 2. 8 stacks on that Dark Seal. Has the injuries and the tier 2 boots fully completed. And Leviatan, of course, did get the feats of warfare, got those first 3 kills. So they are the ones, leading towards that. But obviously, tower is still on the table. Great sidestep there by Massu. Is going to keep him alive for now. Is forced to flash, though, as he had no cleanse available. Could not afford to let that Braum passive go off.
Yeah. Boots of Swindness here for both of the bottom lane members, allowing each of them to dodge a lot of stuff and deal with the slows from the Failure champions. So nicely done from them.
Yeah, Massu. Massu has been targeted pretty heavily, though, in this game. It feels like Leviatan has said, you know what, this guy is vulnerable. He is going to be the main focus here. And they've been going at him pretty much nonstop. It doesn't feel like there's been much time this game where he has the summoners up and ready.
Certainly has been a dangerous one for him. Cleanse will be back up shortly, at least to deal with the next Ashe arrow that does come through, though. So definitely going to have some options, but really we're looking at can they crack the tower up there on the side. Leviatan made a lot of topside plays. The tower still barely standing there for FlyQuest, still allowing them that extra defense, and they rotate their other AD carry over there. Quad back to the top side, can farm just fine for himself, and you just plant Massu with no flash in mid lane. Much safer for him there. Just try to rely on your Boots of Swiftness and your cleanse.
Yeah, Quad.
And your vision.
Very close to cashing out on that call. Has the tier stacking up as well, so he'll be working towards that second item. Corki going to become a bit of a menace. Has created a pretty nice CS advantage for himself also. Zothve faring much better this game, though. And Bwipo, is kind of on the receiving end of the push a lot of the time here on the Ksante. But something that we were talking recently about on the dive, we had Audi Land come on. He was talking about the macro as a region, and he thinks that really that is where LTA Seoul is falling behind compared to the LTA North. He felt individually and mechanically there was a lot of really strong players there, but it was the map movements that were really getting the edge. And I feel like you can kind of see that in how Inspired is playing out a lot of this game. A lot of his advantages aren't actually coming from the fights, it's just where he is.
Yep. And then he uses those in the fights. And
yep.
he was a massive one in that last fight. Teleport up to the top side for Bwipo. They still want to keep this tower standing up here, this extra point of defense. Bottom side has already been taken care of, so they quickly rotate Bwipo here up to this top side one, and Inspired will cross as well.
And we're still pretty far away from Feats of Strength. There's only one objective point per team. Obviously one full set of grubs for Leviatan on the second, one dragon for FlyQuest. So still going to be 2 more objectives. Does kind of raise the prio a little bit on the Herald, as that of course does count. You can see Scary down about a level and a half at this point to Inspired, and Inspired going to be working towards that second item here. Cody just trying to keep his farm up and trying to make sure that he is going to be as strong as possible when these fights come out, because this game feels like it's going to be all down to objectives, and that's where they're going to have to perform.
Certainly will be, and one where FlyQuest have shown through a lot throughout the long history of this team. As you showed that graphic before, how many games they've played together, keeping the same roster from last year. But Rift Herald started up here, and FlyQuest, I think, will have something to say about it.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. You can see Quad moving up on the map here. Leviatan do still have Zothve down in that bot lane.
They actually ping him back down bottom side. Quad, okay. Yeah, he was hovering up, and then they pinged back down bottom side. Say, fine, we'll let him have it. Go back down, push out these sides again, and Inspired returns to his wolves.
ProDelta very quick on the trigger, it feels like, with these Braum ultis, just letting that Glacial Fissure rip. Doesn't connect on Busio. Is just kind of able to jump back over the wall. Busio now still hunting down on this bottom side. Hasn't really found much purchase in this game. I think it will be tough for him in the team fights as a result. But Zothve in some trouble. Busio going to try to get in there. Jhin knocking him down in ult range here for Busio. We'll see if he's even going to use it. Decides not to. The flash, and he gets sidestepped on it. Tried to hold on, and Zothve dodges out of everything. Survives there. Busio decided to hold on for so long and gets punished.
Ooh, the Jhin Pyke, that is what they're supposed to do, is create those types of plays, but completely outplayed. They're not able to finish off the kill. Flash is at least burned while they get that
Cody
turret.
Battling up on the top side. Cody now has that tower. Bwipo's going to go all out and try to finish him down. There's the teleport coming in. Bwipo's got to run at this point. Does take a couple of turret shots, and Zothve will arrive. But nicely done by Bwipo, forcing up the flash from the Azir and the teleport from Zothve. Scary has to be careful here as Quad and Massu are around.
And honestly, these flashes that they did blow, Zothve now has no summoner spells at all. His flash plus teleport, and then Cody's flash also preemptive to this dragon. Infernal Dragon coming up in a few seconds here should set FlyQuest up with having so many flash advantages. with a huge amount of priority there. Let's see what Leviatan do instead then, because they've got the double push on top side. Scary's trying to look around for inspired camps up here on this side of the map while they finish off that push.
Busio will be spotted, but not going to be hit by that spear. So Dragon going to be worked on by FlyQuest on the bottom side. Bwipo is here, and he's going to actually go forward. We'll see if he can make anything happen. Zothve and Scary don't have a lot of damage around. Busio going to have to flash. He gets flash followed there by Scary, and Scary's able to take him down. Bwipo has no all-out. Quad has arrived, though, and Quad does hurt. Scary trying to get out of there. It's a flashback from Bwipo. Bwipo still surviving, and Quad going to be able to pick up another kill. Well, they get the Dragon on the bot side. FlyQuest winning out across the map.
Okay, is the Pyke supposed to be a sacrifice bait and like draw them in? Because Busio got annihilated there, but Scary flashed in to pull it off, and they saw them coming for so long that then the reinforcements arrive for FlyQuest.
You're like the used car salesman. Yeah, the tires don't work and the window's broken, but think of how nice and cool it's going to be inside with those shattered windows.
Like, that Pyke did just die there. That's all. But it still turned out good for FlyQuest because they got the defense there with Bwipo being able to survive under the tower and getting the Dragon at the same time. So here it is. Busio is marked currently by Nidalee off of that spear. He couldn't get out of vision to get the regen, and then Scary flashed in to finish off that kill, but he got the stun barely off, and then Bwipo is able to also barely survive on the Ksante by flashing and then doubling over just to the Braum. Braum with not enough damage to finish him off. So when Quad does arrive, you know, it's a noble sacrifice.
It's brilliant.
Really.
The Pyke is so useless that it baits him into diving and it allows him to set up the fight. You know, people talk about Pyke having a lack of engage. You just run up and kill yourself, and then everyone else around your team gets to clean them up. But we'll see Leviatan on Otacon here. They have the info. Busio is coming, as is Quad. Will they get the teleport out of Bwipo? Bwipo is going to have to come here pretty soon, and now will be teleporting behind the team. FlyQuest coming in from all sides here. ProDelta, Cody, they got to run. The Ashe arrow does connect, but it's not going to really mean anything. FlyQuest push them off, keep it leashed, though it did heal quite a bit, and they want to fight. They want to force the issue here around the Otacon. Ashe coming down. They are missing that, and Bwipo going to be getting aggressive here, going forward, trying to look for the Q3. Can't actually find it. He's stunned. He's going to be knocked down there by Zothve. And now it's trouble for FlyQuest. Massu low on health. Bwipo is gone, and they're going to have to try to back this up. This is still half health. It's going to leash. They're pulling it out too far. It's healing a lot now because it's casting while it's leashing. So it healed all the way right back up to full. They're trying to buy time. Massu went back to base. But Leviatan do not push the issue here. That leash really cost them. I feel like they should have been able to try to force. I think that's about as good of a chance as you're going to get. Yeah, it might have been a 50-50, but you're down 4K, so a 50-50 from that spot feels great.
Yeah, Otacon is pretty scary to deal with, too, with even just 4 members still of FlyQuest. And so, in the end, yeah, just pull on back there. I think I always, too, I'm so worried about Inspired's positioning there. If I'm Leviatan, you know, there's flash available on Lillia, but Ultimate was also down, so we'll take a look at the reset. Bwipo here even without the teleports upon reviving, get right back out there. So
Massu may be in some trouble. They're looking to chase aggressively after him, but they see Inspired in the area and they say, you know what, never mind, not going to risk it.
Okay. Quad here is so rich, goes back, gets his Zeal now as well on this Corki. Massive carry potential from him here, and he heads straight back out to the top side too to collect that extra wave. Honestly, the Corki here should be the big playmaker, or the big DPS at least, from the back line. I have to say, in the last fight, you know, when Bwipo went so far forward and you see him use the Ksante CC immunity past the Braum, it's definitely always a really scary situation because you don't have another, like, engaged support. Your support is Pyke, very, 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 very squishy. And so
and the Pyke is alive, which is not where you want him to be. You want him to be dead so they can bait them into a bad fight.
You need him to be the one using the taunts.
Exactly, that's where they went wrong. It seemed like he overestimated his position, but now Quad's just going to be Valkyrie forward. ProDelta tanky, but maybe not tanky enough. The Ashe arrow does connect, but Inspire gets a nice sleep. There's a cleanse from Sayo, but ProDelta not so lucky, and in goes Busio. Gets a kill, a second falls. Cody's going to fall as well. It's everything coming up FlyQuest.
All right, that was a good bone skewer, though. They are able to chase him down. They get 2-3 kills for themselves. That's got to be Otacon. Just Nidalee and Gnar would have to work some crazy magic here if they want to change the story of this game.
And Scary has no flash, no chance, so he's just going to be backing it up, go back to his jungle, try to get some farm here. Bwipo, though, saying, Zothve, you are not safe here. You're not going to get a free beat on that mid lane tower. They're just going to 3-man Otacon up on that top side. Even the Valkyrie getting used aggressively, just trying to speed up the process. They're going to be able to claim that. Voracious Otacon goes the way of FlyQuest, and that counts as an objective. That's the feats of strength.
Certainly does. All right, let's take another look. So, on this brush, Busio here, nice jukes to start it out, and then Bone Skewers in the Braum to collect, you know, the early lead in the fight. The inspired ultimate, plus, wow, so much damage as they chunked him down while they're running away, and allows for Bwipo to come in, push them against the wall. Off of those kills, there's no way Leviatan can stop them on the Otacon. So now you have to deal with this buff.
Yeah.
And the siege with the buff here is just pushing in. Have to say, this game, so far, some pretty big honors going out to Quad and Inspired especially.
Yeah, I mean, Inspired, it's just showing why, you know, when AP junglers were meta, he was basically never allowed to play this champ because every once in a while, someone would let it through in the LCS and then they'd say, oh, okay, we got Flame Horizon, you know, got all these kills, it got controlled everything, it's really tough. And the same is true here now in the LTA. We're in the America stage and Quad just punishing Zothve there, baits out the ult, gets a nice chunk onto him. They're going to grab the dragon here, move to Soul Point. FlyQuest again in full control. 10 stacks on the Dark Seal, has the Seekers, has 2 completed items. Inspired's big man on campus.
All right, Pyke clears the ward. Pyke taunt successful. Everybody up there on the top side. And we just call off the play, reset, no problem. Meanwhile, Massu, you know, you mentioned how they constantly are targeting him. He's got both summoner spells now too, in addition to all that move speed. So this Jhin should honestly feel pretty safe. If you are Sayo and you're the one piloting this Ashe and you're looking to try and you know, carve out an area for your team to come back into the game and get some gold for themselves, you know, he's looking at trying to get into this fog of war and pick off somebody else, somebody that's actually hittable with his Ashe arrow. It is kind of hard because a lot of the enemy are very, very bad targets. It's like, you know, Massu's pretty hard to hit on the Jhin with all the move speed. Pyke is insanely hard. Bwipo's not one you actually even want. And Quad as well, as long as he has the Valkyrie. But
will they force here? Because they do still have the Otacon GA, and it is going to be a hook in on ProDelta. Has the debuff applied, but not going to commit to it. And you can see they're much more cautious than they would be pre-nerfs on these Otacons because you're giving over more gold, and it takes way longer to res. So they're not just fully sending it, and the Otacon GAs will be expiring here. So FlyQuest really doesn't get much from it, but still loving their position in this game. Quad pushing in top lane. They're just kind of zoning away Cody. And Cody will be spotted here by Quad, and Quad is just going to go aggressive in. He's going to get swept back into the tower, though. Quad still winning this fight. At the same time, Zothve going to be able to have a stun over onto Inspired, but it's Bwipo winning on the other side. It's Bwipo and Massu going for Sayo, and Sayo is just gone. He gets blown up by the 4th shot. FlyQuest will not be deterred. They take the win, and they're going to go right back to Baron.
Yeah, looks like it. They're not done yet.
Zothve in trouble, did get slept up. The Jhin ulti is going to fire, just doesn't have the range. Massu can't take him, but they will take the tier 2 tower here. The question is now, will they go to Baron still, or have they spent too much time? Looks like the answer is they'll probably just go for some resets.
They got so much money there with the tower plus all of the kills. So let's see if they can actually get their resets even fully off.
Yeah, quick count was showing about 5-6K in pocket there for FlyQuest. So that is most of what their lead was. Now they've gone back, spent that up. You can see 3rd item in for Quad. Has that rapid fire working towards his IE. Massu's still working on his IE, and Inspired's got to have quite a bit of gold in pocket because he's been sitting on the same components for quite some time. Has about 1,500 ready to spend.
That Medjai's upgrade. 10 stacks Dark Seal, baby? That's a free ticket. Upgrade that thing. Upgrade that thing, you know.
How are the Magi stocks, you know?
Exactly. What the heck? He's got a arm
He's
guard
capped
safety.
Himself out. He's got no room to grow.
True. You got to make the room here.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see if they make their moves over to their control wards on Baron. This is more time for Pyke to shine, Azael.
Exactly. This is exactly, he got him where he wants him. We'll see if he can find any sort of play here. Scary just playing with Sayo and ProDelta. as they are going to let the Ashe arrow rip, and it's going to connect on Quad from downtown. Do they have the damage to finish him off? It's an instant teleport in from Bwipo. Great flashback from Quad, and Quad is just going to take the 1v1 surely. There's the stasis coming through. Busio here timed well, gets the execute. And Leviatan trying to chase after them, but Bwipo is so damn tanky. Busio still surviving. Bwipo goes all out. Here's Massu coming in now with the ultimate. Inspire going to arrive as well. That debuff lands on just one member. Only hit the Braum, but he lets the sleep rip as well. I think he thought he got multiple members, but he did not. Quad, though, back to base, coming back with the teleport. Inspired just trying to buy that time, trying to keep him around here for the Corki to have arrived. And now he has arrived. They're going to flash forward, though. Massu in trouble, does have to use the cleanse, does have to use the flash, and Bwipo will fall. But Inspired and Quad still full health. Sayo very vulnerable. They need to get back in on him, but Scary's doing a great job sustaining him on the Nidalee. And FlyQuest are saying, you know what? We might not win this fight. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, Leviatan fighting their way out. You love to see that. When you get pincered on from two sides with an evenly split team, they immediately use the flash, go for the engage on the river side, get their kills, fight their way out, and earn the right to survive there.
Yeah.
That was critical. That was such a critical play for them.
Absolutely. I mean, that stops a Baron take. You got to choose the weak side to fight towards. Yeah. Which side was that, Kobe?
Yeah. Well, let's take a look and investigate. We will fairly...
Let's not be hasty.
Let's fairly evaluate both sides. Okay, so remember that Quad had saved his flash from the last tower dive that they did down by secondary tower in the push. And so he uses it here to get Cody so low, and Cody had to use the Zonias. Then Busio, he does successfully get the kill and then lure the Nidalee.
Leviatan are back to live and back on Baron. Busio in the area, but they're just committing to this. FlyQuest are going to get here in time, though. Bwipo trying to get there. Inspired threatening. The Ashe arrow does not connect, and Inspired going to look for it. Does he get in? It's taken there by Scary, but can they win the fight? Quad is still alive in the back, and Massu is untouched. Inspired going forward, trying to threaten in onto Sayo. Cody on the side trying to get something done, but it's Bwipo going all out, and it's Cody who's in trouble. It's all of Leviatan who's going to fall. Scary's going to run out the back of the pit. They grab the Baron, but FlyQuest crush him.
Dragon Soul's on the map as well. Scary, he could try and come over. It looks like they're going to push mid first, but you got to go for that Dragon Soul. Is there a way that Scary can actually steal this?
I think they're going to try to look for both at the same time. Quad is here, Bwipo likely to zone, and Inspired will just be souling up the Dragon, is my guess. Quad grabs the tier 2, going to steal away some jungle camps. They have eyes on Scary. They're going to grab the soul, as you called out, Kobe.
All right, so Scary doesn't make his way over there, not trying to pull off the miracle, way too dangerous. Goes to answer mid, and FlyQuest will get their Ocean Soul after that scrap over here. And let's take a look, because I believe I saw like 120 health or something. Inspired had tried to go in. Okay, good dodge on the Ashe arrow to start it out, but they go fully for it. Yeah, Inspired fully goes in, pulls off his Zonias right after going for the smite. Even though they don't get it, they do all group up on him, and Scary being over on the other side meant that FlyQuest inside the Baron pit kind of got the extra little advantage there for the moment with their numbers. A nice little job there done on the other side for Quad. The Corki damage was very real there.
Oh, we're back to live, and ProDelta's dead already, and Sayo's got really no way out. He's got no flash, he has the cleanse, but doesn't even matter. Slowed down and ulted up by Busio. Busio takes down another one. Those Pyke stocks, they are gaining some traction here.
He's kind of grouped in with the rest of the
index fund.
The Lillia and Corki stocks are doing a lot of heavy lifting.
That's true, that's true. FlyQuest, though, pushing on the base here. Bwipo's up on that top side, and with no bot lane, Leviatan really cannot contest here. Cody's going to be in some trouble. Does get chunked out there by Quad with some help from Inspired, and it's going to be 2 inhibitors going FlyQuest's way. Nothing Leviatan can do about it.
Yep. At least those here. Ocean Soul keeping them nice and healthy. Bwipo even going around see if he can fish for anything here, but the Empower Q does not hit.
Yeah, Sayo's going to be up shortly here. Bwipo does get scooped back, but he is Ksante, and he's got Ocean Soul, and it's Cody that's in trouble, and it might be Leviatan going down right here, right now. Sayo has respawned. Bwipo trying to play this a little bit slowly, wants to be careful and not overplay their hand. FlyQuest very patient so far in this series. ProDelta is fishing, moving forward. Bwipo trying to heal up with that Ocean Soul as down towards bot lane goes Quad and Inspired, cutting the wave and pushing this in, looking to threaten that last inhibitor here. Busio moving forward, seeing if he can find an angle. None given to him, but it's still 26 seconds until Cody is going to be back here, and FlyQuest smell blood in the water.
They certainly do. All 3 inhibitors will be taken. Super minions are going to get here, but will they arrive in time?
ProDelta's in a lot of trouble. Quad getting damage down onto him. That wall, though, doing so much work, keeping him alive. And Scary throws in a massive heal. Zothve about to mega out here. They just need 6 seconds for Cody. FlyQuest say, you know what? We didn't get a heal there. Let's reset. So much gold in pocket right now. Yeah, a good 6, 7, maybe even 8,000 gold between the team, ready to spend. It's now a 5,000 gold lead individually for Quad. He is just killing it this game.
He certainly is. Yeah, they have not given a lot of comeback angles here. Taking 3 inhibitors, double super minions, will be streaming in from all sides to attack Leviatan. Very quick reset from FlyQuest as they get back out and finish the job here. Push straight down mid.
There's your Magi's.
Teleport as well from Quad. Yeah, Magi's here. You got the 10, so you got the extra bonus.
All right.
Let's see how many stacks by the end of the game for Inspired. Level 18 Lillia with Flash.
He is looking like a monster in this one. FlyQuest just got to wait for the minions to do their work. They're coming in from all sides. You can see top and bot. They are marching forward. Quad going to help speed up that process down in bot lane. Leviatan, you really got to kind of find your moment and go before all these minions stack up. It's almost impossible to wave clear 6 supers at a time and still deal with FlyQuest. And you can see Inspired now up towards that top side. He is going to help speed that process up, pushing them in and trying to sync these waves. Mid sync pretty well with top, but is desynced a little bit there from bot, so that will buy maybe a moment of reprieve for Leviatan.
Quad right in.
Yeah, Quad just going to go forward here. Bwipo, though, looking to fight back. Zothve trying to get something done on the Quad, looking for that Braum stun, does get it. Bwipo, though, just chasing after Seo. It's Seo that's in a lot of trouble. Quad gets shut down, though. Seo trying to make it happen, cutting back in the middle of his team, but it's Inspired in on top of it. It's Inspired getting the kill. Busio going forward with the ult, doesn't actually take down Zothve, but it's Bwipo and Inspired in the base, and the minions are getting the work done. They're always on FlyQuest's side. FlyQuest crush game 1, crush game 2, and are looking to take the 2-0 here over Leviatan, but not before styling on them, showing them everything they didn't need to do it. They claim the win, they claim the victory, they will move forward in the America stage.
FlyQuest looking confident here in Brazil. What a couple of games from them. Still Inspired, deathless in that one. Didn't go down. Of course, Quad at the very end decided this game is over. Time to face first into the enemy team. So he ends up with 1 death. But honestly, very, very good stuff from him for the majority of the game.
Got 22 stacks as well on the Magi. So critical error there, ending the game a little bit early. Didn't get the full value.
Gotta wait for those respawns.
Exactly. FlyQuest, though, looking strong. This is why people were so afraid of them. Regardless of their seeding, this team has proven how capable they are. Last year in the LCS, winning a title over Team Liquid, really going back and forth with them, and then showing just how much they can get done internationally. Love all the fans here with the FlyQuest jerseys in the crowd as well. Love to see them showing up and cheering on the LTA North team. The fans have been incredible here on day 1 of the America stage here in Sao Paulo. It's been a lot of fun to kick off this tournament. I'm hoping tomorrow the games are even better, even closer.
Yeah, there's already been a lot of energy here on day number 1. We got some cosplayers as well lined up for what I would assume would be a Bwipo interview, as he was the last one on stage, and he generally will deliver some spice. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially after that monster game 1, the Volibear performance was really Bwipo versus the world there. You can see him congratulating the team, going down, always wanting to be that good teammate. He's talked about that so much, and about his personal journey, his personal growth. And FlyQuest have really been growing so much as an organization, as a team, and it's been fun to watch them over this last year and change as we're starting off here. Nearing the end, I guess, of Split 1 in 2025, though that feels weird to say, because it feels like we just are getting started.
Estou aqui também com a Lau, que vai auxiliar a gente nessa tradução. A minha primeira pergunta para ele já é sobre a primeira vez que ele joga aqui no Brasil. Então, como é que foi essa experiência? Quero que você comente para a gente um pouquinho sobre isso.
You never played in Brazil before, so tell us a little bit about what do you think about this experience of playing here for the first time?
I learned a new word, valeu. It's been great. For me, playing here in Brazil, I get it. We're from North America. We're playing against Brazilian and Latin American teams. For me, it's an opportunity to have the fans here watch me play and ultimately earn the right for their support.
Ele falou que ele sabe algumas palavras como valeu e que nesse choque entre Norte América e LTA Sul, ele gosta muito porque também é uma oportunidade para ele e os fãs aproveitarem ao ver ele jogar. Então ele está muito feliz.
Bom, a nossa próxima pergunta vai ser sobre... Agora a gente já sabe que vocês vão enfrentar a 100 Thieves no próximo jogo. Vocês ainda não jogaram contra eles nesse split, então como é que tá a sua expectativa para esse próximo jogo?
So now we know you guys will face 100 Thieves in next week. So tell us a little bit also about this match and what is your expectation for this game?
I think 100 Thieves is a lot about preparation. I think that when they have really good preparation and catch you off guard, they can have really good level 1s, really good swaps. In general, they've been playing better across the board, so it's a good test to see whether or not we deserve to play our finals, and they're a good opponent.
Ele falou que basicamente ele sabe que a 100 Thieves também tem pontos muito fortes e que basicamente eles vão demonstrar o porquê. São as duas equipes que merecem chegar na final.
Pra gente finalizar aqui agora, tinha muita gente torcendo por você aqui na nossa arena. Queria saber se você tem alguma mensagem que você queria mandar aí pra torcida brasileira.
You have a lot of fans here in Brazil, so any words for them?
Obrigado demais.
Lau, muito obrigada pela sua tradução. Bwipo, thank you very much. Congratulations for your winning. E agora a gente fica aguardando aí o próximo confronto da FlyQuest, que vai ser contra a 100 Thieves.